We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. At 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, multiple unidentified objects were confirmed to have entered Earth's atmosphere. It is speculated that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin. The broadcast will quiet at this time for your safety. Continue to carry out the following instructions.
Close and secure all possible entrances. Turn off all electronic devices, including your lights. Do not look out any windows. Enclose yourself in a room that is minimal entrances and no windows. Do not respond to anyone or anything outside of your home. No matter how human they sound. Do not attempt to investigate any light or noise outside or inside your home. Do not look in a mirror or at any reflective surfaces. Most importantly, remain calm at all times.
This concludes the test of our emergency alert system. Please disregard the previous instructions. This was only a test. There is no actual emergency. Please perform the following actions. Open your windows. Unlock your doors. Watch the following program. Thank you for participating. Thank you for remaining calm. There is no actual emergency. This was only a test.
Your call is very important to us. Please stay on the line and you'll be transferred to the next available agent.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. 1. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Please state your name and occupation. Hello? Can you hear me in there? This piece of junk. Just write it on the paper in front of you. You will be processed shortly. Please enjoy the music.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time, or any length of time you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control, where something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? And then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today. That would be within the infinite multiplicity of choices you would have, of playing that you weren't God. Because the whole nature of the Godhead is to play that he's not.
The answer is no. The ritual will remain as it is and will not be changed in any way. It cannot be cut down further, nor can it be added to. It has been set in place, and now that it has begun, any deviation at all could very easily be catastrophic. Rituals do not work because of some underlying laws, such as those that science operates on. Rituals work because they are rituals. They work because an arbitrary set of criteria has been met with exacting care. I find it sickening that after all the struggle to contain this creature, pencil-pushing bureaucrats are still seeking to cut corners where they cannot afford to be cut. This is how one seals away a god. And this is a god.
The first thing he says to himself is, man, get lost. Because he gives himself away. The nature of love is self-abandonment, not clinging to oneself. Throwing yourself out, that keeps things moving. That's the nature of life. So in this idea then, everybody is fundamentally the ultimate reality. Not God in a politically kingly sense, but God in the sense of being the self, the deep down basic whatever there is. And you're all that. Only you're pretending you're not.
Who are you? You're not me. There's just no way. I'd never do the kind of things that you've been doing. Oh, Sam, just stop. Why are you acting like the part of me that I hate? I wish you would just go away.
We have, for the time being, fooled it into thinking that we have overpowered it. It does not understand that we do so falsely. It is a god. For gods, words have power. However, it must be kept in mind that the stag could escape, right now if it so chose. With a thought, this entire facility could turn into a puff of hydrogen. If at any point the stag thought to escape, it would, and we would be powerless to stop it. However, it will not think to escape, or even to change its strategy. The idea will not even pass through its mind. It cannot comprehend the concept. It does not think in the way we think. Truth be told, I would not say it thinks at all. In building this ritual, we have shifted its being the slightest bit, and now it is locked into a pattern of behavior. It struggles against us, we struggle against it, and we are locked together in an eternal dance so long as the ritual remains intact. If one thing goes awry, the entirety is lost, and the deadlock is broken. Unstoppable force without an immovable object.
listened to the converted, and I have listened to the echoes of the stag in their songs. They are not suffering, but they are no longer human. They are changed, utterly. The ritual remains as it is.
I'll kill you. Look at me. I'm committing suicide. Why are you so warm? Why do I have to feel your body heat? Is there no escaping you? But how can you? I'm lame just like you are now, aren't I?
Seen from Earth, our sun is a blinding ball of light. But take away the glare, and one of the most powerful objects in the universe appears in our own backyard. It's a ball of superheated gas that's been lighting our solar system for 4.6 billion years and dominates all life on Earth.
The sun is 93 million miles away, and that means, in actuality, it's immense. You could fit 1 million Earths inside the sun.
It's nearly 1 million miles in diameter, yet our sun is tiny compared to the really big stars out there. Eta Carinae, over 5 million times larger than our sun. Betelgeuse, 300 times larger than Eta Carinae. If it was our sun, it would reach as far out as Jupiter. And then there's this monster. VY Canis Majoris, the largest star ever discovered, 1 billion times bigger than our sun. universe with stardust, full of elements like hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, silicon, and iron. The raw materials to build new stars, solar systems, planets, and of course, us. Everything we see around us once blasted out from the core of a star.
You may wonder what stardust is. Well, you're stardust, because every atom in your body was produced inside the fiery core of a star. The atoms in your left hand may come from a different star from the atoms in your right hand, but you are literally a star child.
Dead stars provided the stardust to create our solar system, the planets, and everything on them. Even the atoms in our own sun are recycled. They're third or fourth generation, leftover debris shot into space by dying stars a long time ago.
Our sun is our stepmother. Our true mother died in a supernova explosion to give birth to the elements which made up our body. But how come the poets and the songwriters, how come they don't write poems to our true mother? It's perhaps they don't understand physics and the laws of stellar evolution.
We live in an age of stars, but it will come to an end. There's only so much hydrogen in the universe. Trillions of years from now, it'll all be used up. And when there's no hydrogen left, there'll be no new stars.
Sooner or later, the stars will begin to blink out.
First, the massive stars will burn out. Then, mid-sized stars, like our sun, leaving only the smallest. Trillions of years later, they too will fade away.
Slowly, inexorably, the universe will get colder and darker until the last star burns out and the universe becomes dark once again.
The age of stars will be over. Continue to shape our universe, generating the building blocks of new worlds, creating new stars, and filling the darkness with light.
return load from the station, 2 tons of used equipment.
Houston Discovery, thanks for those words, CJ. It was a great mission. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed working with you and all the teams in Mission Control.
Roger, Wheelstock Discovery, welcome home. Dex, congratulations to you and the crew on an outstanding mission. There are no immediate post-landing deltas. We'll meet you on page 5-3 of the entry checklist.
Welcome home.
Welcome
our cosmologies to make things familiar. Despite all our best efforts, we've not been very inventive. In every culture, we imagined something like our own political system running the universe. Few found the similarity suspicious. Then science came along and taught us that we are not the measure of all things, that there are wonders unimagined, that the universe is not obliged to conform to what was considered comfortable or plausible. And again, if we're not important, not central, not the apple of God's eye, what is implied for our theologically based moral codes? The discovery of our true bearings in the cosmos was resisted for so long and to such a degree that many traces of the debate remain. We long to be here for a purpose, even though, despite much self-deception, none is evident. Our time is burdened under the cumulative weight of successive debunkings of our conceits. We're Johnny-come-latelies. We live in the cosmic boondocks. We emerged from microbes and muck. Apes are our cousins. Our thoughts and feelings are not fully under our own control. There may be much smarter and very different beings elsewhere. And on top of all this, we're making a mess of our planet and becoming a danger to ourselves. The trapdoor beneath our feet swings open. We find ourselves in bottomless freefall. We are lost in a great darkness, and there's no one to send out a search party. Given so harsh a reality, of course we're tempted to shut our eyes and pretend that we're safe and snug at home, that the fall is only a bad dream. Once we overcome our fear of being tiny, we find ourselves on the threshold of a vast and awesome universe that utterly dwarfs, in time, in space, and in potential, the tidy anthropocentric proscenium of our ancestors. We gaze across billions of light years of space to view the universe shortly after the Big Bang and plumb the fine structure of matter. We peer down into the core of our planet and the blazing interior of our star. We read the genetic language in which is written the diverse skills and propensities of every being on Earth. We uncover hidden chapters in the record of our own origins. We invent and refine agriculture, without which almost all of us would starve to death. We create medicines and vaccines that save the lives of billions. We communicate at the speed of light and whip around the Earth in an hour and a half. We have sent dozens of ships to more than 70 worlds and 4 spacecraft to the stars. To our ancestors, there was much in nature to be afraid of. Lightning, storms, earthquakes, volcanoes, plagues, drought, long winters. Religions arose in part as attempts to propitiate and control, if not much to understand, the disorderly aspect of nature. How much more satisfying had we been placed in a garden custom-made for us, its other occupants put there for us to use as we saw fit. There is a celebrated story in the Western tradition like this, except that not quite everything was there for us. There was one particular tree of which we were not to partake, a tree of knowledge. Knowledge and understanding and wisdom were forbidden to us in this story. We were to be kept ignorant. But we couldn't help ourselves. We were starving for knowledge. Created hungry, you might say. This was the origin of all our troubles. In particular, it's why we no longer live in a garden. We found out too much. So long as we were incurious and obedient, I imagine, we could console ourselves with our importance and centrality, and tell ourselves that we were the reason the universe was made. As we began to indulge our curiosity, though, to explore, to learn how the universe really is, we expelled ourselves from Eden. Angels with a flaming sword were set as sentries at the gates of paradise to bar our return. The gardeners became exiles and wanderers. Occasionally, we mourn that lost world, but that, it seems to me, is maudlin and sentimental. We could not happily have remained ignorant forever. There is in this universe much of what seems to be design, but instead we repeatedly discover that natural processes, collisional selection of worlds, say, or natural selection of gene pools, or even the convection pattern in a pot of boiling water, can extract order out of chaos and deceive us into deducing purpose where there is none. The significance of our lives and our fragile planet is then determined only by our own wisdom and courage. We are the custodians of life's meaning. We long for a parent to care for us, to forgive us our errors, to save us from our childish mistakes. But knowledge is preferable to ignorance. Better by far to embrace the hard truth than a reassuring fate. If we crave some cosmic purpose, then let us find ourselves a worthy goal.